Most of the time we are worried is because our mind is concerned about a problem. And there is a genuine problem sometime, and sometimes we don't have any problem. Our mind is just ruminating on things. With anxiety, we are mostly worried about a current worry or about a future worry. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes our mind is just excessively ruminating on things that might not happen in the future, but our mind is thinking about things all the time. And sometimes there are things that will happen, and our mind is excessively thinking about it. Our mind ruminates quite a bit and think about the worst thing that can happen. It sometimes even visualize the worst case scenario. Even sometimes we think about it, sometimes we visualize, sometimes we have images of bad things happening. Due to us worrying too much about the problem, we are not able to problem solve it. So if there are things that are just rumination, that when we think about it, we realize that I am just thinking too much about it. There are no facts behind it, nothing will happen. But in some cases, there are things that we are worried about. These are actual scenarios that will happen or that are happening in our life. But when we are worried too much about a problem, we are not able to problem solve it. So before we problem solve any problem, we need to first control our anxiety. Sometimes we even think that if we will not be worried about a problem, then we will not be able to problem solve it. As we have trained ourselves that if there is a problem, we need to worry, and then we can problem solve it better. Though the contrary is true, if you will look into your past, you will see that a lot of time when you were worried too much, you were not able to problem solve things better. And even when you were worried about a problem, you thought, oh, I have to worry, I need to problem solve. If I worry, I'll be able to focus better. You might be able to focus better for a short period of time, but in long run, this thing does not work, because if you worry too much, and you feel that if I will not be worried, I will not be able to problem solve, which is wrong. If you will worry too much about solving any problem, eventually what will happen, you will not be able to focus on that problem, and you will go solve this problem with that feeling of anxiety, and anxiety feeling will usually cause action that are not very productive. So when we are not worried, we tend to focus better. We come up with different solution of the problem. We also ask for help if we need help, and we can plan things better. Also, we don't have to go through the discomfort of that physical feelings of tension, nervousness, jitteriness, muscle tightness in our body, because that's what the anxiety brings. So next time when there is a problem, first I would recommend think about it. Is this actual scenario, or is your mind is thinking too much? And if it's an actual scenario, before you try to problem solve it, just make sure that you first be in the moment. And if you feel your body is tensed up, try to relax your body. And if your mind is thinking too much, is worried too much, then just pause, do some deep breathing, and name your emotions. Just tell yourself that, oh, I'm having this feeling of anxiety, I'm having this feeling of panic, I'm having this feeling of restlessness. So just name your emotion. You can even give your emotion a color. You can say, hey, this emotion is red color, or this emotion is blue color. You can also give shape to that emotion, that, oh, this is a round shape emotion, or this is a square shape emotion. And then notice where is that emotion in your body, because when you are feeling anxious, not even in your mind you're feeling anxious, your body will also feel that. So feel where is that anxiety or worry feeling, panic feeling, stress feeling, where is that in your body, and just observe it and do some relaxation techniques. like progressive muscle relaxation, where you can tense your muscle for 5 seconds and then let it go for 5 seconds, wait for 5 seconds, then do other muscle relaxations. You can learn more about relaxation techniques in my previous videos. Once you relax your mind, once you relax your body, then you can problem solve better. Also, make sure that try to be in the moment, not to get upset when you are getting anxious, that why I am anxious. Just accept how things are and try not to push that anxiety away, because the more we will push the anxiety away, the worse it will get. So accept it, and once you accept it, it does not mean you are not doing anything, but to do anything to help you with your anxiety, you first need to accept it, observe it. Sometimes it will go on its own. If it does not, then just do that breathing techniques, progressive muscle relaxation, name your emotions, give it a color, give it a shape, and hopefully it will pass on its own. Once the anxiety will pass, then you will be able to focus better, then you will be able to problem solve things, and you will be able to manage the problems better, and your focus will be better, and you will feel happier and less tense when you will be able to think about the problem, and then you will be able to come up with different scenarios or how to problem solve a particular situation. But if you will try to problem solve this problem with that anxiety feeling, you will not have good focus, you will tend to get upset, and you will not be able to solve the problem. So I hope this was helpful. Try it, and I try it, and I have seen it worked for me, so hopefully it works for you also. Thanks for watching.